You can have everything. Thank you so much, Nikki. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much for your words. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, girls, it's my first call in English. So please excuse me if I'm doing any mistakes or something like that. And I'm so nervous, actually. I'm so nervous. You know, I talked for so many people, but this day is special for me. So I'm really looking forward, and I'm really grateful that I'm able to speak here. So thank you, girls. And you know, a few years ago, I would never have done a call like this because I was so shy and I was such an introvert. So I think a lot of you don't even know me. So like I said, I'm Nikki, I'm 24, and I'm in this industry now since 5.5 years, and since 10 months now working with I Am Mastery Academy. And I'm so grateful for this. But one of my biggest dreams always have been to travel the world, you know, to so guess what? I was searching in school for things, for possibilities, how I can make money online. So think about it. So 8 years ago, I was searching for things like I can make money online. And anyway, I didn't believe that it's possible. So it was just a dream, you know. And 2018, I came into hospital with kidney failure and blood poisoning. And this was the moment where I really realized that life can be over so fast, you know. And I was always skeptical. I was always skeptical. But this was one moment where I thought about it and where I was open just to change something in my life, you know. And this was the time where I made a decision. And I know we are so many women here who has paid for their package and paid for the membership, but I know that a lot of you didn't even get started, actually. So my question for you today is, what has to happen in your life that you make a real decision? That you really get to start your own business? That you really start to build your own dream life? Then look, back then I had no money. I was always broke. I was really always broke. I didn't know how to pay my bills at all. And I worked 60 hours per week. I played volleyball on top and so on. So I didn't have time. I didn't have money, but I knew that this industry is my way out. So it's only a thing of perspective. It's always only a thing of perspective. And you know, back then, one of my biggest dreams were that I can see my kids growing up. Who of you have parents who were working your whole childhood? A dad that never had been at home because he was working. A mom who always have been stressed because of work. Put a 4 into the chat if you know this feeling. Parents that never have been there. And you know, at my very first convention back then, okay, you know that, at my very first convention back then, I heard a story. And guys, this is why events are so important, okay? Because events are like fuel for your body. And you know, my mentor back then, I saw him the first time on stage. He was the first person I saw. He lived this dream life. He lived this dream life I ever dreamt about. He had 2 kids. He was always traveling. He traveled the world all the time. He has a wife, and he was so happy. And you know, the story he told, I will never ever forget this story. They had a son, okay? The son was 6 years old, and he started to go to school. And his teacher was watching him all the time when his dad was bringing him to school every single day and picking him up every single day, making trips together every single weekend, and traveled the world every time they had the possibility to. And one day the teacher was asked the little boy, so his name was Jamie, and he asked Jamie, hey, Jamie, what is your dad working? I see you every day spending time with him, and he has so much time for you. What is he doing? And you know what Jamie answered? I will never forget this. You know what Jamie answered? He said, earlier, my dad was a dentist, and today, my dad is just simply my dad. And this is what I wanted for my kids. That my kids know that I'm there for them every single day. This was one story what inspired me so much to never give up. I wanted to watch my kids growing up and have the freedom to build something so big that generations are still living from it. So I have my why. And I didn't care what people were talking about me. And sure, it still hurt me. I got so much hate. And yes, it hurt. But I didn't care because I know this industry is so much more. And I also knew that they are not going to pay my bills, right? So we are, girls, really, we are in the best industry in this world. Look, I love trading. I really, really love trading. I'm so grateful for it because trading makes you free, but network is different. Building your own team is different. It's different because it fulfills in such a way that is so beautiful. And for me, network is the best personal development school in the world. It's the best personal development school in the world. You know why? Because we all have friends and we all have enemies. But the biggest enemy is in yourself. The biggest enemy is in your head. It's the little voices in your head who is telling you the bullshit every single day. Are you really worth it? Can you really do it? Come on, girl. Can you really do it? I don't believe in you. It's not possible. And bullshit like that. And you know what? If you want to know the secret, how you can reach the next level, look into the mirror. It's you. It's only you. Only you can change. Only you can change. And nobody's coming to save you. So you know what? You are the boss. And this is the message I want to give it to you today. You are the boss. And guess what? Your team is your mirror too, all the time. Every time something or someone is triggering you, you should know that this is exactly what you should change, what you should work about, okay? So I tell you a story. Who of you knows the movie Lion King? Drop a 2 into the chat. If you knew the movie Lion King. It's one of my favorite movies, actually. I love Disney because there are so many facts into it which can help us to change something. And look, I give you a tip which helped me to deal with these inner voices in my head, okay? So with Lion King, there is Simba. And on the other side, there is Scar, right? With his army of hyenas. And Simba was always so convinced, and he is so sure about it, that he's got to be the mighty king and so on. Until you know what happened, right? And the hyenas got so loud, louder than his own belief. He got scared, and the fear was louder than his own voice in his own head. And this is why he got off the track, because all of the hyenas, and he forgot where he came from. He forgot his goal. And the hyenas were way too loud for him. And you all know what happened then. In the end, he came back to his hometown and everything was destroyed because of the hyenas. And you know it, he won the battle. But what changed? Actually, his belief changed, right? His attitude changed. The decision that he can do it changed. So actually, his emotions changed. So what is the secret with your emotions? Because always when, I mean, everybody from us has like bad emotions in our head, right? And always when we want to get rid of our emotions, they get louder. I say it again. Always when you want to get rid of your emotions, they will get louder. You need to accept them so you can let it go. I show you what I mean. Look, what happens if you take a balloon full of air and push it onto under the water? What happens? It comes back, right? It comes back and it punches you in your face. So it would be much cleverer if we take the balloon, don't put it onto the water, but just leave it and let it go. Just let it fly. So this is the biggest mistakes most of us are doing all the time, every single day. We are looking away instead of looking on this problem so we can let it go. So until you push all your emotions under the water, you have to let it go so it can go. So back to the Simba story. What can we take out of it? You know, the hyenas were loud, like the fear in our head. They were sneaky, like the fear in our head. They are manipulating all the time, like the fear in our head. And look, the hyenas are always there. Still, in the end, they were there. But Simba turned the volume down. Simba turned the volume of the hyenas down and his own volume louder. So you have to turn your volume of your dreams and of your goals. You have to turn it on. You have to turn it louder. The hyenas are the bad voices in your head. And the thing is, they will always be there. Like the hyenas, they will always be there. So stop trying to get rid of it. Learn to accept them and learn to lead them. Sometimes you will have to lead also bad people, you know. But you can change the world with them. You can change the world only because you turn your own volume on. So guys, love always wins. Love always wins. Hate not. And if you try to get rid of something, it's not nice. It also has to do something with hate. So learn to deal with it, with the bad emotions in your brain. You decide how loud the hyenas in your head are allowed to be. You decide. So again, you are the boss. You are the boss in your body. You are the boss in your life. You are the boss in your brain. You decide, okay? You decide. So this is what I want to share with you. So drop "I am the boss" in the chat if you understood this message. And you know, sometimes we have to turn your brain off. You have to turn your brain off and just follow instructions. Just follow instructions. Just because, you know, you are the boss, okay? You are the boss in this industry, in your own life. You are the boss of your dreams, of your goals, and you are capable. You are fucking capable, okay? There are so many women outside, but it's time that we will dominate in I Am, okay? It's time that we go out there and drop the most chair ladies this industry had ever seen, okay? So turn the sound of your heart a little bit louder, and trust me, it will work. Turn your brain off and turn the sound of your heart a little bit louder. Just hear, it's here all the time. And I believe that in every single woman in you is so much more that you think right now. So you got this. And I'm so excited to see you all in this woman event. Much love. And I give it back to the host.
Wow, thank you so much, Nikki, for this part. That was insane. That was really so good. That's the energy I love, especially for the beginning of such a big call. And yeah, thank you so much. This value was really so good. And girls, please drop some even more hearts into the chat if you also think just as me that Nikki could easily drop a part in English at the next convention. So it was so good. Like, for real, it was really so good. Even in English, it was really good. So I would say let's get straight to the next speaker. And I am so happy, and I already see her beautiful face over there. I'm so happy to hear you girls speak today, because now everyone can see you. Perfect. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you to have you on this call today, and I'm so curious what you are going to talk about today, because I have already seen one word about the topic you're going to talk about. I'm not going to say it because it's all up to you, but I'm really already so I really want to know what you're going to tell us, what you're going to talk about in the deep topic. And what I want to tell you, like, for everyone who doesn't know Romy, I hope I spell your name correctly. She is in this business for 1 year now, and P2000 in 1 year is really insane. So even that's a fact which I want to like highlight. And I also know that, girl, you have been a professional athlete before. So wow, that's really insane. Plus a university student. So I think everyone who has any excuses, you can directly tell, like, I probably had more excuses than everyone else. So girl, I'm really so happy to learn from you today, and I would give the word directly back to you.
Wow, thank you so much. And thank you so much for having me on this call with this amazing lady. Can someone please drop a thumbs up if you can hear me all right? Ah, perfect, perfect. So yeah, first of all, let me introduce myself. I think most of you don't know me. My name is Romee. I'm 23 years old. And actually this week, I'm within this business for 1 year. So that's an absolute blessing. And 1 year ago, my life looked completely different. To be honest, I was going to university every day. I was feeling very insecure. I was actually so sick and tired that I had to schedule my naps every day because I was living such an unfulfilled life. Like, can you even imagine? And I was actually also dealing with social anxiety. And it all came down to one point that I just didn't know what I wanted out of life. I didn't have a clear purpose for myself. So maybe right now you're on this call and you're thinking like, hey, I'm struggling with something. I'm missing my true calling. And we are going to fix that today. So this past year, I actually went from survival mode to actually living like a happy and fulfilled life. So today my topic will be how to go from surviving to thriving. And maybe someone can drop a 1 in the chat if you're sometimes feeling insecure or sometimes you're doubting yourself. Because that was me. But now let's drop a 2 in the chat if you're ready for a change. I see lots of 2, so that's perfect. Because today I'm gonna share 6 points with you on how to start thriving both in life and business. And the first point today will be work on your self-image. Because at the end of the day, maybe we're working towards Budapest Convention and we can say, hey, I want to be chair lady on stage. I want to hit P2K, P5K. I want to be an X-figure trader. And I love these goals. Make your goals as high as you can. But once you don't think you're worthy of your goals, I can bet you ain't getting to your goal. And to be fair, like for all ladies, all men on this call, I would love nothing more than to see you absolutely crush your goal. But we have to work on a self-image, because once you start working on your self-image, you will have more belief that you can actually achieve your goal. Then what happens? You will start having better emotions. You will continue to have more action and you will get more results. Because we've all been there, you know, ordering this cute Gymshark set. And we like, hey, this looks cute on me today, you know, I'm gonna hit the gym, I'm gonna crush some goals in the gym. Drop a 1 if you've been there, because I've definitely been there. But that's it. Like, what it all does is it creates more belief. It creates a better emotion. So you will do that 1 more rep and you will see more result in the end. So please work first on your self-image. Then the second point is find a clear why and start triggering your desire. So why is it that you do what you do? Like, does your why make you get up out of bed in the morning? Or does it make you roll over and like sleep for 1 more hour? At the end, why is what hurts you? Like, what keeps you driving all day? And in order to really, really trigger your desire, like, I don't believe that you can really have a desire for something you haven't experienced yet. So maybe right now you're in like, maybe your family situation wasn't always very nice. Use that as a trigger to change your future situation. But maybe you've had a good home situation. Use that as a trigger because it was your blessing, but start sharing your blessing with others, with your future family. So really start triggering it. And then point number 3 is make a clear plan for yourself. Because at the end of the day, a confused person does nothing. So in order to reach those goals, start working on a plan. Like whenever you wake up, whenever there's a new week, like tomorrow it's Monday, it's a fresh week. Do you know what you're going to do next week? Do you have a clear plan? It's even a new month, guys. Do you have new goals for this month, for this week, for the next day? What is your plan to get there? Because I'm not a chair lady yet, but I know a chair lady works every day on her goals. So that's very important. Make that clear plan for yourself. And actually, point number 4 is start surrounding yourself with the right people. Because like maybe drop a 3 in the chat if you're familiar with the law of association. I see quite some numbers, perfect. And what it is, we always think like, hey, I'm within the business, like everyone is cool, I can learn from everyone. Yes, you can learn from everyone, that's exactly right. But be very careful who you surround yourself with, even in this business. Because law of association also counts within this business. Who are the people you surround yourself with? Are they working on their goals every single day? Or are they maybe like more talking, chatting, scrolling TikTok? Or are they actually making the TikToks, getting the calls done, getting the follow-ups done? So be very careful also within this business. Because at the end of the day, you're not only here for yourself, but you're also here for the people in your team or the people on your future team. And this one, point number 5, is something I really, really like, because we're always looking at things we want to improve, things we want to do different, how to go next level. But to be honest, you've come to a certain point. What are the points you wouldn't change for yourself? What are the points that have brought you to a certain result? Because for me, it was definitely work ethic. So when reflecting on like my past year, one thing I wouldn't change is my work ethic. And I know like we're almost all ladies on this call, I think. And I absolutely love my feminine side. But we are in a results-based business at the end of the day. And that requires action. And action gets results. So that's very, very important. But I also know that we, especially as women, we are surfing all day. Like we are probably the most serving out there within this business, within our private life. So what is very important is, besides working hard, I love working hard, but at the end of the day, also don't forget to fill your own cup. What is it that fills your cup? Because when we're constantly surfing, we're constantly filling other people's cups. Don't forget to fill your own, because you can't pour from an empty cup. So what is it that fills yours? Like, is it a walk in nature? Is it like having some family quality time? Like for me, it's, for example, on a Saturday night, I like to have some personal time to really like take a bath, take a sauna, have some family time. It's something that really fills my cup, so I can help my team and help people beyond my team in order to really grow and become the best version of themselves. But I can't do that when I don't take care of myself first. Like it's not nothing that like on the airplane, when it crashes, you have to put your own oxygen mask on first. It may sound selfish, but to be fair, you can't help the people next to you if you can't breathe yourself. So just remember that by breathing yourself, you can let other people breathe. That's very, very important. And actually, these were my 6 points for today. But I truly, truly hope that you got some value, that you have like, okay, maybe one of these points I can really work on in order to go next level. So that's very, very important. And like, thank you so much for having me on this call. It feels like an honor to be here with you amazing ladies. And I'm going to give the word back to our amazing host.
Thank you so much. And I'm so sorry for pronouncing your name wrong at the beginning. I'm so sorry, but I'm so happy for this part which you gave to us right now. I've seen so many comments in the chat, like those nuggets are really, really good. So thank you so much for your part. And I am so happy for the next speaker. Let's get to the next speaker to not have, I don't want to have so much time for myself because I want to give more time to the speaker on this call. And the next speaker is a very, very special speaker, let's say. I mean, every single speaker is very, very special, that for sure. But the next speaker is very special for the I Am Woman movement, because the next speaker, the next woman we will have on this call is Audrey Delport. I would like to ask you, Audrey, to please pin yourself, because Audrey is not just, she's not just the next speaker. She is also like doing all the managing stuff in like the behind the scenes, you know what I mean? Like there are so many things done and so many things that she is doing that we don't even see. So thank you so much, Audrey, for your servant leadership, for like, I mean, from all of my heart, you're one of the most servant people I've ever known. You do so much for your team without like wanting something back. And that's really like one of the biggest things and blessings that a person can ever have. And I'm so excited for your part because I know what you're going to talk about. And I know that the topic that you are going to talk about already helped me personally so much. And that's why I know that everyone on this call is going to have like the same profits from your part right now. So please, girls, take notes. If you haven't so far, I hope you did already take notes on the other parts, but if you haven't, then do it now. And Audrey, I would like to give the word over to you, and thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Yassi. Thank you, girls, for being here. I'm very, very grateful, very happy actually that we have these calls, that women can come together and just, empower each other, because when we are coming together, we are unstoppable. And I'm very, very actually excited for all the other women who are gonna speak, right? Because we're gonna have two Chairwoman 25 speaking very, very soon. And Nicole, I really, really loved your part. I'm a big fan of Lion King. And Romé, you were absolutely fantastic. I just wanted actually to talk today about money mindset, right? Because I really think that having a relationship, right, the healthy relationship with money is very important. And I know that so many people out there, and especially women, don't really talk about it, don't really talk about money, because they maybe think like, hey, money is something that you don't really talk about, or money is something that we should keep for us. But I really think that money is playing an important role in your life. And I mean, you all know that you want to achieve goals, you want to achieve certain things, right? And you maybe heard like, yeah, money can't buy you happiness, right? You maybe heard this sentence one, like, you can drop in a comment. Who heard this sentence? Money can't buy you happiness. I think everyone. I heard it so often. And of course, money doesn't buy you happiness, but neither does poverty. And that's something very important to understand, because it's not wealthy or poverty that makes you happy or unhappy. It's how you live your life. Money simply gives you choices that you might not otherwise have. I think that's really important to understand, right? And I really want you to have a healthy relationship with money, because having a healthy relationship with money is as important as having a healthy relationship with your boyfriend, or having a healthy relationship with yourself, or the relationships that you have with your friends, right? And I want you to give actually you 5 points on why it's actually important, and how you can actually have another perspective on that. First of all, understand the rule of money. Money is a tool to an end in itself. Just like a hammer, for example, can be used to build or destroy, money can be can be used for force for good or ill. Understand that it's a rule, and as a means to achieve, as it means to achieve our goals and dreams in the first step in developing a healthy relationship with this money, right? And I mean, to have a healthy relationship with money, for example, is also to talk positive about money. For example, do you fear money or do you love money? When you receive money or when you need to, for example, spend money, how do you think about it? How do you feel when it comes to receiving money or when it comes to spending money, right? And that, for example, you need to accept that there is enough money for everyone. You need to accept actually that money is just, you're right, you are just the transfer, you're just a facilitator, because money already has its destination. And when money comes to you, it's not meant to stay to you. It's meant to flow like water, right? And that's how you identify money beliefs. Do you have negative beliefs or do you have positive beliefs when it comes to money, right? And if you have negative beliefs, recognize and challenge negative beliefs, because recognizing and challenging negative beliefs can lead to a more positive money mindset, because recognizing it and then just maybe write it down or just changing the perspective on how you see money can actually change on how you can have a healthy relationship with money, right? Because when you understand how to love money, you will also attract money, right? You don't need to have a fear mentality, but you need to have an abundance mentality, because money needs to flow. It's like water. And sometimes whatever it is, you know, water can stop flowing, and so does money. So, and if you have limiting beliefs, and if it doesn't, and if you fear money, then money is gonna block you. But if you have love for it and abundance for it, then you're gonna let it flow, right? Point number 3 is financial education. Knowledge is power when it comes to money. Take the time to educate yourself about personal finance, budgeting, investing, and building long-term wealth. And that's what you learn here. You learn here how to build long-term wealth. You learn here how to actually, you know, deal with your personal finances. You learn here about how to budget, right, with your finances. And imagine, for example, whatever your goal is, right? You want to reach a financial freedom, or whatever your dream is, or whatever your goal is, right? So what are your current savings? And then you just warming up, right? And then see it like a marathon, like a marathon. You're just warming up, then you start jogging, then you are running, and then you are in the zone. And then when you are in the zone, you have reached your financial goal. And so is it with money. So you can actually build it up. What is your current saving, right? And then you're just warming up, then you're jogging, then you're running, and then you're in the zone. You have reached the zone, you know, on whatever financial goal it is. And whatever financial goal it is, define it for you, because your financial goal is not the financial goal of somebody else, right? So for example, for a person, 20,000 euros might be very much, but for another person, it might not be so much, right? But it's for you to define. So, and whatever you define your financial goal, just don't fear out of it. Just don't fear out of it to just reach that level that you want to have, and for you to be clear about your goals. Because I mean, it's something just in your head that you need to be clear with something that you want to achieve. And the only thing that you might think negative about it is because you are not clear in your head with your goals. So just really redefine it for yourself, what you want to do, right? And then just have also gratitude, right? Because being grateful is the highest frequency that you can have. So just start with positive affirmations. Just start Because it always says, we always say, write 3 things down you are grateful for in the morning or in the evening. Just make a list with 100 things that you are grateful for. 100 things. And maybe by the 20th or 30th thing, you don't really know, okay, what should I write next? And that's when you have topics. That's when you have actually, you know, the topic finance, then topic health, then the topic about your business, then the topic about your trading, right? And all these affirmations, you can write it down. And trust me, when you have wrote down everything once at all, you're gonna actually feel not the same anymore, but you're gonna actually feel the love, and you're gonna actually say like, okay, hey, it's important, and it's important for my mindset, for me to reach my goal. It's important for me, so I know where I'm going, right? So never fear about money, just let it flow. And that's something that's very, 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 very important, because you want actually, right, to learn more about it. You want to learn more about having the right money mindset for you. So ask yourself, what is the right money mindset that you can have for yourself, right? So have the right energy when it comes to that, because energy and because money is simple, is a simple energy. It comes to you, it goes to you. When you spend something, for example, when you need to, I don't know, like to pay your phone bill, or to pay your rent, how do you feel about it? Are you like, yes, I'm spending it, I'm spending my rent so I can have, because I'm very grateful, so I have an apartment and I can live on that apartment? Or you say like, oh my God, no, now I need to pay rent again. These are 2 different perspectives, and whatever perspective you choose, you know actually after that how it can help you and how you're going to feel about it. And that's actually something you need to manage, and you need actually something you need really to master, right? To master yourself, but you also to master your finances. So even if you have difficulties with that mindset, or if you have difficulties, you know, to reach that level that you want, just maybe write it down, what you want to achieve and how you can achieve it, right? Because most of the people just write it down, but don't know how. So just find out for yourself, and just have that knowledge when it comes, right, to that topic, because I really think that's something very important. So yes, I don't want to have to be any longer, because we have a very, very special guest actually, who just came in, and I just don't want her to take all out of her time, because when I'm in the flow, I can talk for like hours, but I don't want that. I just want to introduce our next guest who is here, and it's Justina Keller. She's a Chairwoman 25 from France. She's gonna speak in French, but I'm gonna translate her because I'm French, so I understand French, and I'm gonna translate her to English, right? I got to know Justina. It was at one of the convention, and she is such a disciplined woman. I mean, I saw her calendar. I know how she scheduled things. And one thing about her is really like her perseverance and her discipline that she has in her life. Because I know that she can manage herself, but also manage her attitude. Because she told me that back then she was on the convention, she was Platinum 2000. And then she asked Alex Morton, what can I do to hit Chairwoman? And then Alex Morton just told her, like, do your MMAs, what you're always doing, but also believe in yourself. And then in 1 year, she went from P2000 to Chairwoman 25, right? So from one convention to the other convention, from P2 to Chairman 25. And that's actually absolutely amazing, just because she believed in herself. And that's what she's always teaching to everybody. Always believe in yourself, no matter what is happening, no matter what you want to achieve. And even if someone is telling you that you cannot achieve it, know that there is someone out there who believes in you, and that there is someone out there who never gave up. And you just, need to be that person and actually be that inspiration, because as Justina always say, you always inspire people you don't know about. So there's always one person, even if you maybe have the hardest moment right now or hard moments, there is always one person that you don't know that you are inspiring, right? So just give it up for our Chairwoman 25, Yosina Kella. Yosina, est-ce que tu m'entends?
Oui, je t'entends, merci.
Perfect. I'm gonna add her here. Let's get it. And merci pour ton temps. We are very, very grateful to have you here. So, Justina, stage is yours.
Bah, merci à toi pour l'édification. J'ai un peu compris ce que tu as dit, donc je te remercie. Donc, je suis vraiment contente et heureuse d'être avec vous sur cet appel.
Thank you so much for your edifying. Thank you so much, ladies, for having me here. I'm very happy and grateful.
Alors aujourd'hui, en réalité, quand je suis venue sur l'appel, je ne savais pas trop de quoi j'allais parler, mais il y a une chose en réalité qui représente bien le succès pour moi, ça va être la patience. Et du coup, sur les prochaines minutes, on va parler de ça ensemble.
When I came here on the call, I didn't really know what to talk about, but there's one thing that for me is really part of the success, and that's patience. And I'm going to talk about patience today.
La patience aujourd'hui, elle a joué un rôle très important dans mon processus pour aller chercher justement le Chairman 25.
Patience was a very, very big, important asset for me to reach out the Chairman 25.
Mais avant ça, pour moi, la chose la plus importante, ça va être la clarté par rapport à ce que vous voulez.
But one important thing will be the clarification to be clear about what you want.
Beaucoup de personnes aujourd'hui ne sont pas claires par rapport à ce qu'ils veulent. Du coup, ils ne savent pas ce qu'ils veulent et ils ne savent pas justement où aller. C'est la raison pour laquelle ils vont stagner et plafonner pendant un certain moment.
There are many people out there nowadays who don't know where they want to go. And the reason why they don't know where they want to go is the reason why they feel stuck.
La plupart des personnes, lorsqu'ils rejoignent ce business, ils prennent pas la décision d'arriver au moment où ils vont se dire c'est ça que je veux, je dois faire les sacrifices pour aller chercher ce résultat-là.
When people start this business, there are many people who don't reach that level where they say, I know that I want what I want, and I know that I want that, and I need to make the sacrifices and to just really have the patience to reach that level.
Et aujourd'hui, quand je dis être clair par rapport à ce que vous voulez, c'est que c'est quelque chose que vous pouvez entendre et que vous pouvez également voir avec vos 5 sens.
When I say to be clear about something, it needs to be something that you can see and that you can hear.
Vos yeux et vos oreilles travaillent pour vous quand vous êtes clair sur un objectif particulier.
Your eyes and your ears are working for you when you're clear about what you want.
Donc maintenant, je vais vous décrypter le mot patience pour que vous puissiez comprendre qu'aujourd'hui, l'importance de ce mot-là, parce qu'il va jouer un rôle très important dans votre succès. Une fois que vous comprenez le mot patience, il y a beaucoup de choses qui changent dans vos résultats.
I'm going to describe you today the word patience, because when you really understand what the word patience means, it's going to play a big role for your success.
Mais vous allez être patient si uniquement vous êtes clair par rapport à ce que vous voulez. Sinon, la patience, vous ne l'aurez pas.
But you're only going to be patient if you know what you really want and if you are clear about it. Because if you're not clear about it, then patience will never come.
Alors, la patience, dans un premier temps, ça va être la capacité d'accepter ou tolérer le retard par rapport à votre objectif.
So patience, number one, is going to accept that maybe your success is going to come later as you planned it.
Et lorsque tu commences le voyage dans ce business, tu dois vraiment avoir la patience d'accepter et de tolérer le retard.
When you come to this business, you need to actually accept that there are going to be delays. You actually need to accept that it's going to take longer than usual.
Et en réalité, aujourd'hui, vous allez souffrir sur le chemin pour devenir chairman, mais vous le ferez uniquement si vous savez exactement ce que vous voulez.
So maybe on your way to chairman, you're gonna need to make sacrifices, but you're also gonna, right? It's gonna be hard. but you're gonna achieve if you really know what you want actually in life.
Aujourd'hui, il y a des personnes qui sont frustrées lorsqu'ils avancent pas vers leur objectif.
There are people who are frustrated because they feel stuck and because they don't step out.
Mais la frustration, elle va attirer tout ce que tu ne veux pas en termes de résultats.
But if you are frustrated, you're gonna actually have all the results that you don't want.
Donc, le succès aujourd'hui que tu recherches, tu dois le connaître. Et ça, c'est très important à comprendre.
So the success that you want today, you need to know it, and that's very important.
Tu peux pas aller trouver quelque chose que tu ne connais pas.
You cannot reach something that you don't know.
Donc, on va commencer par le mot P de la patience.
So we start with the letter P from patience.
Et ça va être le P de processus.
P, which means process.
C'est la première chose que vous devez comprendre, c'est que cela va être un processus.
So that's something you need to understand. That's here, it's going to be a process.
Donc, je vais être dans un processus dans lequel je vais devoir grandir.
So I'm going to be in a process where I need to grow.
Donc, la croissance personnelle, ça va être également l'un des points clés dans votre processus.
So growth is going to be a key point in your success.
Mais les actions également, ils vont être très importants parce que sans action, il n'y a pas de processus.
But the actions are also very important because without actions, there is no process.
Et le processus, c'est vraiment c'est les actions que vous faites au quotidien pour atteindre votre objectif.
The process are the actions that you do on a daily basis to achieve your goals.
Donc, vous devez encore une fois être clair par rapport à ce que vous voulez. Et pour que le processus se mette en marche, vous allez devoir affirmer votre objectif tous les jours au présent.
So again, you need to be clear about what you want in life, but you also need to affirm what you want. So you're going to actually start with affirmations.
Il nous reste exactement 89 jours pour terminer l'année 2023.
There are actually 89 days left to end the year of 2023.
Donc aujourd'hui, tu dois être conscient qu'il y aura un processus sur les prochains 90 jours avant 2024.
So you need to be aware that it's going to be a process in the next 89 days for the end of the year.
Donc tu dois écrire, je suis clair qu'il y a un processus au cours des prochains 90 jours.
So write that down. I am aware that there is a process that I need to do in the next 89 days.
Le fait d'être conscient qu'il y a un processus, ça change beaucoup de choses et ça te rend beaucoup plus conscient par rapport à ton objectif.
The fact that you're aware that there is a process now going on is going to change everything for you.
Ensuite, le A, ça va être le A de action.
So next, A is going to be action.
Donc aujourd'hui, l'action bat le statut d'être patient.
So today you need to be patient and A is gonna... Répète une fois.
L'action bat le statut d'être patient. Attends, je vais essayer de formuler pour toi si tu n'y arrives pas.
Action is gonna... Je sais pas comment on dit battre. Is gonna
battre.
fight.
Ouais,
action is gonna fight the process of being patient. There we have it.
Aujourd'hui, ce qu'il faut savoir, c'est que déjà, premièrement, tu dois être clair avant d'ouvrir ta bouche.
You need to be clear before you start speaking.
Et aujourd'hui, l'action, des fois, c'est quelque chose de difficile pour certaines personnes parce que ça leur demande de sortir justement de leur zone de confort et faire des choses qu'ils n'ont pas forcément envie de faire.
Action is very important because it's actually something that you need to do and you need to do it out of your comfort zone for you to reach it. And that's something that's not very easy all the time.
Ça va demander une certaine discipline.
It's going to take discipline.
Et aujourd'hui, la discipline, c'est ce qui va vraiment déterminer ce qui va se passer au bout de 3 mois dans votre business.
Discipline today is going to actually determine your business in 3 months.
J'ai déjà fait un game plan 90 jours.
I already made a 90-day plan.
Et en réalité, pendant peut-être 2 mois, j'ai fait les actions, j'ai mis les actions en place, j'ai travaillé dur, mais j'avais 0 résultat.
And 2 months out of this 90-day plan, I was taking action every single day, 2 months straight, and I had no results.
Mais je continuais à croire que j'allais y arriver parce que je mettais les actions en place et que je croyais en mon processus et j'ai été patiente jusqu'au bout.
But I never stopped believing that I'm gonna make it happen. So I never stopped to believe that I'm gonna make it in these 90 days.
Et ce qui s'est passé, c'est que le 3e mois, j'ai fait P5000 et Chairman 10. En un seul mois, j'ai créé mon effet cumulé grâce à la patience que j'ai pu avoir et la discipline que j'ai pu également avoir.
So in the third month, okay, so 2 months after having no results, in the third month, I hit P5000 and Chairman 10, these two in 1 month, just because I knew, I believed in it, and I had the patience for it.
J'aurais pu abandonner, j'aurais pu me dire que c'est trop difficile et que je ne vais pas y arriver. Mais j'ai pas choisi justement cette zone de confort. J'ai continué à être disciplinée parce que je croyais aux actions que je mettais en place.
I could have stopped, I could have abandoned, I could have gave up, but I didn't choose this comfort zone because I knew I had the patience and I knew that I believed that I can do it.
Et si vous êtes patient, alors vous avez vraiment le pouvoir de pouvoir le croire.
And if you are patient, then you know that you can believe in it.
Ensuite, on va prendre le T de temps.
Then T for time.
Aujourd'hui, combien de progrès avez-vous fait sur les 6 derniers mois?
How much progress did you do the last 6 months?
Et combien de croissance avez-vous eu au cours des 6 derniers mois?
And how much growth did you have the last 6 months?
Et aujourd'hui, le temps, c'est vraiment un progrès continu, indéfini, et je dois tout le temps m'améliorer, mais surtout, c'est ce que je vais faire à partir de maintenant qui va être important.
So progress is something that you never stop. Progress is something that you always need to work on every single day. But it's gonna be very, very important now for the next 90 days.
Et en fait, quand on est entrepreneur, on se laisse beaucoup le choix, malheureusement.
When we are entrepreneur, when we are businesswoman, we always think that we have much time.
Mais aujourd'hui, tu es chef d'entreprise, tu es independent business owner. Donc aujourd'hui, clairement, c'est toi qui crée ton succès. C'est toi qui dois faire les progrès nécessaires sur les 6 prochains mois. Et c'est toi qui dois évaluer tes 6 derniers mois. Et si aujourd'hui, tu n'as pas les résultats que tu veux, que tu n'as pas la maturité de pouvoir faire ça, ça va être très compliqué de pouvoir passer à un niveau supérieur dans ce business.
Okay, so now you are the CEO, you are the master of yourself, right? You are an independent business owner. And now it's gonna be very important on the progress that you're gonna make, the progress that you're gonna evaluate, and also actually the actions that you're gonna take. And if you take the right actions and you have the right progress, then you're also going to achieve your goals. But if you don't do it, then it's going to be very difficult to reach that level where you want to be.
Quand j'ai démarré ce business, je n'avais pas de temps à perdre, je n'avais pas de temps pour la procrastination, je n'avais pas de temps pour faire autre chose à part réussir.
When I started this business, I didn't have any time to do anything else than just succeed in this business.
Et aujourd'hui, beaucoup de personnes me posaient la question dans mes équipes, est-ce que tu as fait directement du marketing ou est-ce que tu as fait que du trading, comment tu as fait, etc. Et la question, la réponse que j'ai pu donner, c'est qu'aujourd'hui, IAM nous offre la possibilité d'avoir 2 sources de revenus. Et je donne toujours l'exemple, si aujourd'hui tu trouves 2 billets de 100 par terre, est-ce que tu en prends un ou est-ce que tu prends les 2? Et est-ce que tu vas être rapide lorsque tu vas les prendre ou est-ce que tu vas prendre ton temps?
Okay. So when I started this business, new team partner who start this business, they always ask me, did you do only trading first or did you only do marketing? And my answer is always, IM Academy offers us two different ways on how you can earn money. So two ways, two online incomes that you can have here. So my question to you is, when you are outside and you find two billets and you find $200 Scheine,
Cash.
Wie sagt man das? Bills, perfect. If you find $200 bills on the floor, okay, do you take only one or do you take them both? And if you take them, and c'était quoi la question avec le temps?
Et à quelle vitesse tu allais le prendre? Est-ce que tu allais prendre ton temps avant de prendre les billets de 100, t'allais réfléchir, t'allais procrastiner, ou est-ce que tu allais le faire directement?
And if you take them, did you take them quickly or would you take time to take them?
Et le problème aujourd'hui que beaucoup de personnes justement vont rencontrer malheureusement, c'est qu'ils vont se laisser le temps de pouvoir réussir alors qu'ils peuvent faire les... Tu m'entends, Audrey?
Ouais, je t'entends.
Tu m'entends?
Oui, je t'entends.
Ok. Ok. T'as entendu ce que j'ai dit?
Non.
Ok. Et je te disais du coup... Ah bah, j'ai perdu le fil. Je te disais, du coup, on se laisse beaucoup le choix justement dans ce business. Et ça, c'est une erreur que beaucoup de personnes font.
Yeah, and the mistake that we do is we think we have time in this business. And we think we have time.
Ce business, il va pas te payer maintenant comme si tu trouvais 2 billets de 100 € par terre.
This business won't pay you like that as if you just find $200 bills on the floor.
Mais sur la durée, il va énormément te payer.
But on long term, it's gonna pay you off.
Si aujourd'hui je te disais que si tu fais une présentation, tu es payé 100 €, tu vas en faire 10 par jour.
If I tell you for every presentation, you're gonna be paid $100, how many presentations would you do a day?
Voilà. Et ça, c'est important parce que vous n'êtes pas payé maintenant, du coup, vous ne le faites pas. Mais si vous êtes payé maintenant les 100 €, je suis sûre que 99, voire 100% des personnes sur cet appel le feraient.
So you won't do presentation now because maybe you will not get paid now when you do it. But if you would be paid $100 for every single presentation that you do, I think that 100% of the people on this call would do presentations every single day.
Mais dans le temps, ça vous payera certainement peut-être 10 000 €, voire 25 000 € par mois.
But on long term, it's going to pay you $10,000 or $25,000 per month.
Ensuite, on va prendre le I de inspiration.
So now it's E for inspiration.
Vous devez être inspiré pour être inspiré.
You need to be inspired to be inspired.
Et si aujourd'hui vous n'êtes pas inspiré, bah vous ne pouvez pas accepter ou tolérer le retard.
And if today you are not inspired, then you cannot accept the delay of your success.
Beaucoup de personnes vont appeler tout le monde mentor.
Many people call everybody mentors.
Dans ma vie, j'ai eu que 2 mentors.
In my life, I only had 2 mentors.
Et c'est des personnes que je vais vraiment coller, à qui je vais poser des questions, que je vais faire en sorte justement d'avoir une proximité, d'avoir une relation avec eux afin qu'ils puissent m'aider à aller chercher mon objectif. Mais si vous appelez aujourd'hui tout le monde mentor, mais que vous n'osez pas aller parler aux gens, que vous n'osez pas créer de la proximité, que vous n'allez pas chercher la relation, vous n'allez pas pouvoir être inspiré pour passer à un niveau supérieur.
So I only had 2 mentors, and I really took time to be in wait. I took time, and I took time to be with them, to ask them questions, to really observe everything what they're doing and to be by their side. But if you call today everybody mentors, but you don't you are not speaking to them, or you are not asking them questions, or you don't actually know what they're doing on how they do things, then you cannot actually feel ready for your success, because you know that it won't come if you don't actually take the action to ask them the questions and to know where you are going, because you know that they are going to help you to be on the road where you want to go.
Donc, l'inspiration aujourd'hui, ça va vraiment être votre carburant.
So your inspiration is going to be your gasoline from la carburant, right? Gasoline from the vehicle.
Donc, l'inspiration va venir de l'extérieur, mais moi, je dois aussi aller à l'inspiration de l'extérieur aussi.
So the inspiration is going to come from outside, but myself, I also need to go to the inspiration from inside.
Ensuite, on va prendre le E de état d'attente. Donc, je crois que c'est acceptation. Je l'ai écrit avant, mais je ne suis pas sûre.
Then
État
E
d'attente.
je sais pas comment on dit ça, wait.
L'état d'attente, je crois que c'est acceptation. Je ne suis pas sûre.
Acceptation. Yeah, acceptation. E for acceptation.
Super. Donc, aujourd'hui, l'état d'attente, pour moi, c'est très important parce que ton attitude, lorsque tu es patient durant ton processus, va déterminer le résultat que tu vas pouvoir obtenir.
Your attitude of patience during the process is going to determine your level of success.
Donc, durant la période d'attente, tu dois avoir la conviction que ça va arriver.
So, when you are waiting for something, you need to be convinced that it's gonna come.
Donc, tu dois construire l'attente, construire la croyance. C'est des mots, c'est des images et c'est des émotions.
So, you need to build the confidence, you need to build the discipline, and that's something that you build over these months.
Ensuite, le N, ça va être celui de never quit, donc abandonne jamais.
Then N for never quit, so never give up.
Aujourd'hui, si c'est vraiment ce que vous voulez,
so if today there is something that is something that you really want,
si tu es vraiment clair par rapport à ce que tu veux, tu ne vas jamais abandonner.
If you're really clear about what you want in your life, you're never going to quit.
Et ensuite, je vais clôturer par le E de émotion.
And then E, then the last one, E with emotions.
Aujourd'hui, l'émotion, c'est ce qui te fait passer à l'action.
Emotions is what's gonna takes you to actions.
Je ne peux pas passer à l'action sans émotion.
You cannot pass to action when you don't have an emotion.
Et l'émotion, elle va venir d'un objectif bien clair et précis.
And the emotions is gonna come from an objective that you really want and you clear what you want.
Et si tu suis bien du coup tout le processus de la formation que je t'ai donné, au final, c'est un cercle que tu dois répéter encore et encore et encore jusqu'à t'améliorer et le maîtriser à la perfection.
So now, if you take every word and if you follow everything that I told you, it's gonna build a circle, and it only needs repetition, repetition, repetition until you get to your goal.
Ah oui, et j'ai oublié le C, désolée.
Ah,
yes.
I forgot the C, sorry.
C'est le C de la confiance en soi.
C for confidence.
Voilà.
Confidence
Donc,
in yourself.
confiance en soi et croire en soi. Voilà.
Yeah, believe in yourself.
Voilà. Je ne vais pas prendre plus de temps que ça. Je sais qu'il y a d'autres personnes. Sinon, j'aurais passé plus de temps avec vous. En tout cas, j'essaie d'être rapide et efficace et de vous apporter toute la plus-value que je pouvais. Merci encore à toi, Audrey, pour du coup la traduction. Et si j'ai une bonne mémoire, on se voit le 9 décembre en Allemagne. Et j'ai hâte en tout cas de pouvoir y être et de pouvoir rencontrer les nouvelles personnes. Et je vous souhaite plein de succès et une excellente soirée. Et merci encore pour l'accueil et merci pour l'invitation, Audrey.
Thank you so much for being here. I don't want to take too much time because I know that there are a lot of other amazing speakers. So thank you so much. I really hope that it could help. I wanted to do it quickly and efficient, whatever. And we're going to see each other on the 9th of December on the women event, because she's going to be there too as a speaker. Let's go. I'll give it back to you, Yassi. Thank you so much for your time. Yostina, merci beaucoup. Yostina, je t'apprécie énormément. On se voit le 9. Bisous, bisous. Let's go.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, Justina, I think she already left the call, but thank you then Audrey on this part for translating this incredible part. I loved, like, she actually did like the same thing as Alex Martin is always doing, and I hate those Alex Martin vibes with like the letters. I love this, especially from Justina. So that was really nice. And I would say, before we were getting to the next speaker, I'm so hyped, by the way, for the next speaker, because I know it's going to be a very, very special part. But before we get to the next speaker, Audrey, do you think it's time for the giveaway already? Maybe not.
Yeah, let's do it.
Girls, what do you say? Do you think it's time for the giveaway? Are you full on energy? Do you want to have a free giveaway? Or do you think, nah, we don't need a giveaway? You're hiding anyway.
Excited.
Okay, I think the chat is definitely exploding. So I'm so sorry for everyone who is watching the recording right now. I'm sorry. Time has gone for you when you watch the recording. That's why you have to be on a live call when there is a free giveaway. So, ladies, this is your last chance to put on your cameras. If your cam is still off, then you will definitely not be able to take part in the giveaway. Okay, so actually it's just fair to only include the girls who have their cameras on all the time. But I don't want to be that mean, Audrey. Let's say everyone who has the cam on can participate. What would you say?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Ladies, it's time for you to put on your cameras. And it's very important that you keep your cameras on even after the giveaway, okay? So I would say, let's make it like this. Audrey, give me a number between 1 and 40.
40, okay.
40. And then when you picked one number, then you can
wait, I'm going to write it to you in the chat. Wait.
Sorry?
I need to find you. Ah, there you are. Okay. Here, I write you the number in the chat.
Okay. Okay, I have the number. It's not 24 and it's also not 25, girls. I'm sorry. Okay, the number which Audrey has just sent into the chat. Let me check. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Maybe you girls know what I'm doing right now. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39 is the number. Lara, TNB, you won the giveaway. So, Audrey, you can tell Lara right now what the giveaway is, because the girls don't even know what the giveaway is, but I'm pretty sure that, Lara, you will be very happy. And you are such a lucky girl for having the camera on. But if you will put your camera off right now, then you will be disqualified. So, so Audrey, please announce what the giveaway is.
The giveaway is one gala ticket. So, Lara, congratulations on a free gala ticket for our gala night on the 9th of December.
Perfect. So, Lara, congratulations. I will get back to you. I will just write down your Instagram name. You have it here. That's the best way I can reach out to you afterwards. And then we will give you the free gala ticket. So that was like really a complete random number Audrey just gave me. I was counting like all the camera pictures, and then it came up to Lara. And now I want to definitely come to the next speaker, and she is already co-host. So Audrey, maybe you can already pin her. I'm already seeing her beautiful face. Girl, oh my God, I'm so happy for you on this call right now. Thank you so much. I'm so happy and so excited to learn from you, because I am impressed from your work ethic. For real, girls, if you don't know her yet, this is your time to learn from her, and also my time to learn from you, because you are not just like one of the hardest working women in whole IM Europe. You're also a PRSV queen. I have heard that you signed 20 people in 1 month. How is this even possible? How is this even possible? And what I also heard is that, like, in your P2K run, you've been working for 16 hours a day. That's just insane. Like, every time I hear someone like in mentorship calls talking about the extra mile and the extra hours, that's exactly what you have done, girl. I'm so happy to be able to learn from you now. So I don't want to steal more time from you. I would like to give the stage to you, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Jasmine, and thank you. I just want to start off with saying thank you for having me on this call. I am so grateful for everything, for having me on this call, sharing my knowledge with all of you girls. Like, I am truly grateful. So thank you so much, and thank you for your words. And I'm just going to start off with telling you guys a little bit about myself and a little bit about my story, so you know who I am and who I was before this business. So my name is Cecilia. I'm 25 years old, and I live here in Stockholm in Sweden. And I have been doing this business now for 1.5 years. And before this business, I was very depressed, and I was at the lowest point I ever been. And I had always been depressed. Like, I had always been depressed my whole life, or at least as long as I can remember. And when I started this business, I was in my darkest place I ever been. Like, I had a pretty bad drug addiction actually before I started this business, and I had that for a couple of years. And I also was in an abusive relationship, and actually had always had like abusive relationships and toxic friends, and just negativity and bad things going on around me. And you can imagine it was pretty tough for me, and it came to a point like where I lost everything that I had, or I shouldn't actually say lost. I actually gained everything, because I see it as God just took the things away from me that I shouldn't have in my life. And he took everything. Like, he took my home, he took my job, he took my friends, my boyfriend, everything. And it was in that point where I realized that I was so sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I was so sick and tired of being depressed. Like, as I said, I had been depressed my whole life, as long as I could remember. And I just was so disgusted of my situation, where I just realized that I really need to do a change in myself and for myself. And I'm gonna tell you why I am telling you this, because now I have like opened up myself for you guys. But I'm telling you this because hopefully there is someone in this call that needed to hear my story to believe in themselves a little bit more. Hopefully there is someone in this call that needed to hear that it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter what you're going through. The only thing that matters is what you do from now, and what you do from now on, in the future. The only thing that matters is what you can do from here and now. And if you're in a dark period in your life right now, I just want you to think of this. Why would God put you through this hard time if it wasn't for any good? Why would you be in this company if it wasn't for any good? Why would you be in this call? Because you are here for a reason. You're here because you need this company, and you need this Iron Woman call and this Iron Woman event. And I think you need this information that you have got from all of these amazing speakers, all of these amazing women, that you just need this to to help yourself. And when you have helped yourself, you're going to take this information and help the people that you are going to help in the future. And you should never, ever be afraid of telling your story, because your story is your superpower. Your story is what makes you different from everyone else, because where you come from and what you have been going through and what you have learned and what your beliefs are, that is what makes you different from everyone else. And that is what makes you, that is what your superpower are, because you have gone through something that some people really need. Like you are the one that can help the people that just you can help. There is no one that can help the people that just you can help, because you have gone through something that some people need to get through, if that makes sense. And I think it's so important to tell this, because especially for us women, we need to tell our story, because we have been silenced for so long. And I think it's our time to speak up, not just to be heard, but to change the world together. And I truly believe that every period we go through, of course, it's for us to grow, but it's also for us to share with others to help them get through their hard times. And if you're not happy with the situation you are in today, I promise you, like, the only thing you need to do is to work on yourself and change your habits. To change your life, you just need to work on yourself and change your habits, because that is what will get you a new life. And to work on yourself is so important, because inside of this business and of entrepreneurship, you will go through hard times, and you will have adversities, and you will have mental issues. And I truly think that if you didn't go through anything like really bad before this business, I think you will have even more adversities inside of this business. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because every person needs to grow. Every person needs to grow one way or another. Just like the grass needs the rain. Nobody likes to put up in the rain, but it is in the raining days that the grass is growing, and so are you. The low moments is what makes us. The low moments is what makes us deserving of what we truly want. So every time you have adversity in your life, it's truly a blessing, because you are growing. So don't see it as something bad, because nothing is ever bad if you can just see the bigger picture. Whatever you're going through, you're also growing through. It's there for you to grow. And when we're going through these hard times also, we need to learn how to keep on going, especially for us women, because most of us are so controlled by our emotions, because we have so much hormones inside of us. But if you truly work on yourself, you will learn that you are in control of your feelings and not the other way around. And if we learn to control our brain and not let our brain control us, we can learn that we can do literally everything. We can overcome all of our fears, and we can push through the hardest times, because we are the one in control. So I'm going to tell you how to work on yourself intentionally, because this is something that I have heard so many times from Nano Torres, that you need to work on yourself intentionally. And I see so many people also thinking that they work on themselves and doing personal development, but they really don't. And that is why many people don't get any results, because I'm going to take people inside of this business, building the business, for an example. I see so many people just working and posting on social medias and listening to podcasts while they drive to work, and just being in calls and doing everything, but nothing is ever happening. And then they start to feel frustrated, and you start to complain, and you start to have doubts, and you're thinking like, oh, will I ever get there? Maybe this is not for me. Maybe I have the wrong mentor. And you start to blame your mentor and the company and everything around you, because you think you have done everything. You have posted on social media, you have been in calls, you have done everything. But I will tell you one thing. The frustration and the complaint and these doubts and these thoughts, they wouldn't even have entered your brain if you just started to really work on yourself. If you started to work on yourself, because that is the answer to everything. Because girls, Success is 1 to 10% physical and 90 to 99% spiritual. Nothing will ever happen if you don't start to work on yourself. And to truly work on yourself is something that Nano Torres says all the time. You need to do intentional personal development. You need to be able to recognize your weaknesses and work on the things you want to be strengthened. So you need to recognize, what are your weaknesses? Are you struggling with self-love or self-doubt or self-confidence? Whatever it is, once you have recognized it, you have to start to work on it. So I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say you struggle with self-confidence. What can you do to gain more confidence? First of all, you have to do mirror talk. You have to actually take yourself and the mirror and start to talk to yourself and do the work. Say in the mirror, I am confident. I love to speak in front of other people. I never compare myself to one another. When I walk into a room, everyone can feel my confident energy. I am glowing. Say to yourself all the things that makes you feel more confident. And also, to gain more confidence, you need to work to get confident in your own voice and your own body language. Maybe you can start to dance in the mirror or something, so you can get confident in your own body. And I'm going to tell you one thing that is pretty crazy if you think about it. Before this business, when I think many people can relate, but before this business, when I heard myself in a video, I was cringing when I heard my voice in a video. Can you please put a number 1 in the chat if you have ever felt that you're embarrassed when you hear yourself in a video? That is crazy. Like, that is just because you are not confident in your own voice. So what I did was that I started to record myself, and I was listening on myself over and over again until I was confident with hearing my own voice. And then I started to do many face stories and just putting up on social media. So that is also one thing you can do to gain more confidence, and start posting face stories on social media. Start to work on the things that you need to work on. And also, to gain more confidence, put yourself in situations where you are uncomfortable, where you know that you don't feel confident. Because the real work of personal development isn't just listening on a podcast while you're driving to work. It's actually doing the work. It's actually consciously putting yourself consciously in situations where you know that you're not comfortable, and work through your emotions that will rise up in those uncomfortable moments. And then just do it over and over and over again until you gain confidence. And all of these aspects of working on yourself is equally important, because if you wouldn't say all of these words, if you wouldn't brainwash yourself with the things you want to believe in, and if you wouldn't train yourself to get comfortable with your voice and your body, then maybe you wouldn't be able to put yourself consciously in situations where you don't feel confident. And we can take another example on this also. Let's say you struggle with self-love and low self-esteem. What can you do there? First of all, mirror talk once again. Talk to yourself. I am worthy. I am loved. I love myself. I am enough. Say everything that makes you feel good. Even if it doesn't feel good in the moment, it will after you have done this for a while, because our brain can't know what's true or not. So you have to brainwash yourself with the things you want to believe in until you believe in them. And you can also start doing things for yourself to work with, to feel better about yourself. You can take yourself on dates, have self-care, go to the gym. There's plenty of things you can do, but you need to understand what I mean when I say intentional personal development. Listen on podcasts about your weaknesses. Read books about your weaknesses that you want to be strengthened. Meditate on the things you want to develop. Because if you don't do that, if you're reading a book, maybe it's not the time to read a book about leadership when you need to learn how to lead yourself. Maybe you need to learn more about yourself before you can help others. So I really hope you understand what I mean with intentional personal development, because honestly, this is the only thing that I have done to take me to where I am today and to change my reality. And this is also something that I will continue to do, because I know the more that I develop and the better I'm becoming, the more people I can help and the more success I will create. And if you work on yourself every day, like the action part, just like Jasmine said, like I have a working like 16 hours a day, but the action part isn't so hard if you just work on yourself. Because if you just brainwash yourself with the things you want to believe in and brainwash yourself with success, I think it's really, really simple to take the right actions towards where you want to go. Because if I'm becoming better, I'm gonna work better and I'm gonna believe in myself more. And when I believe in myself more, I will also use more of my potential to do the things I need to do to take me to my goal. And also, I actually have heard, we had Neno on a leadership call that we had, and he told us that if you really listen to all of our mentors, to Matt Rosa and Alex Morton, the only thing they are talking about is the spiritual side of success. That is the only thing. If you hear Alex Morton talk, he only talks about the spiritual side of success. So why are you not working on the spiritual side of success? Because that is the thing that truly matters. As I said, girls, like it's 1 to 10% physical and 90 to 99% spiritual. So work on the spiritual side, because that will also make you take the right action, as I said. And that was everything that I had to share with you guys. Once again, I'm so grateful to be on this call. Thank you so much for having me. And I will give it back to, I think, Jasmine, Audrey. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. That was amazing, girl. Thank you so much. I'm really so impressed how many hardworking women we have in IM. I'm really your part was so crazy, and even listening to what you said and what you have reached in such a short time, like 1.5 years, that's nothing. I'm still impressed by you, simply like by your part, by you as a person. So thank you so much. And I would like to go to the next edifying for the next woman, for the next power woman who is going to speak on this call. I can't see you yet. I'm sure you're here anywhere. There you are. Okay, there you are. I'm so happy that you're speaking here, and I'm so glad and so grateful that I can make this edifying. I have to keep it very short. I'm so sorry. I could talk about you for hours, definitely. Okay, now everyone can see who I'm talking about. Mary, I'm talking about you. So to be honest, you are one of the most loving person I know. You are one of the most serving people I know. I've seen so many different leaders in IM, and you're definitely the most loving person. That's actually the best explanation for you, because you give so much for your team, and not even for your own team, but also for whole IM. And that's what I appreciate so much about you, and what I would love, like if everyone would have this thing that you have, like giving so much for other people, for other teams, especially without wanting anything, like in, you know what I mean? Just giving. You're just a giving person, and that's what I love about you, and what I'm very sure that everyone loves that about you too. And I'm so happy to hear and learn from you today. So Mary, I would give the word over to you, and thank you so much for being here.
Wow, thank you. I'm so happy to be here on this call. It's also my first time speaking in English. My English is not the best, but I hope that you can understand me. And my topic for today is how to be an alpha female. And I was thinking a lot about this topic, because it's a very, very important topic, not only just for the business, it's very important for us as a woman, because being an alpha female is not like you are just an alpha female. It's like an everyday decision you have to take. It's like you wake up and you know that you are an alpha, and not even an alpha female, like you are just an alpha. You are a person who leads yourself and leads other people. And I think in this company, it's a must-have to be an alpha female, because in the beginning, you will challenge so many things. And that's the special thing about this business, that you face so many challenges, because show me another business, show me another job where you can be the best version of yourself because you challenge yourself. Like for me in the beginning, it was not easy. It was so hard. My family was against this business, my friends in the school, myself. I have the biggest war in myself, because in my mind, I was always thinking about, okay, what is my mission in this world? What is the end of my life? And I was like, I cannot lead myself. How should I lead other people? Because I saw my mentors, Summit, Bergchan, and these people were talking about, I want to build this, I want to lead people, I want to help this, I want to be the best version of myself. And I was like, damn, why didn't I think about such things? Why didn't I?
Let's give her a little time. She is probably going to come back. Everyone knows this. Internet struggles in an online business. I know that. I'm sure every one of you knows it too. So let's just wait for her to come back. Okay, I think her connection just lost completely because she flew out of the call. But let's just wait. I'm sure she will figure it out. And Audrey, maybe you can just play a very, very short track. Maybe it might probably just take like 1 minute. Maybe no, it was Mary's connection, but I'm sure she will come back in a bit. I have another idea. Audrey, maybe you can show the after movie of the last woman event for everyone who was not there during the time that we were waiting for Mary.
Sure, we can do that.
Oh, she's back. She's back.
Oh,
Let's
perfect.
Let's give her a second.
Wait, I'm gonna give her co-host. There we go.
Perfect. Okay, we've been waiting for you, Mary. No worries. Just continue where you.
Thank you. I'm so sorry because I'm on vacation and the internet is here not the best, but alpha mentality. I think like we women, we don't have that. It's not easy for us to empower that feeling. It's not easy for us to know that we have that side inside us. And I think like it's not just only a mindset thing. It's like just do it thing. It's like stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about life so much. I think like most of the reason why people stress out is like they have too much time to think about their problems. That they have too much time to think about, oh, this is not working good. Oh, I have self issues. I have this. But in the last 3 years, I learned in this business that if I don't have time for my problems, there are also no problems. And I think that it's the alpha mentality. That it's the alpha mentality to know that there are problems, but you don't have time for these problems because your goals, your vision is bigger than your problems. And that is the thing that, for me, the journey being an alpha female was the hardest to know that I have to stop, sorry for my French, I have to stop being a pussy and bust the fuck up. I have to know that I have to love and accept the pain in the way to my goals. I have to love the pain in the process to be in the best version of myself, because I think it was Audrey. Oh no, not Audrey. I think it was Nicole talked about pain also. I think like pain is such an important thing. Pain is so powerful. Like, it's not only a negative thing, it's like when you know what pain is, you can put pain to your power. Like in the gym, when you are going to the gym, for all my gym girls, when do you gain like muscles? It's when it hurts. And that's also in life. When it hurts, you will grow. You will grow through pain. And that is the important thing you have to know, that pain is so powerful. And I think also, like, I'm sorry, but I think an alpha mentality is the person who knows what is your value. Like, example, I'm not the biggest fan of boss lady, because I think you are a boss lady when you put the lady away. You're just a boss, only a boss. Because in a job, you don't say I have a boss lady. When your boss is a female, you say I have a boss. And I think we females, we set our standards so low because we're seeing ourselves just as female. And when we think about female, we think about like shy girls, we think about like somebody who doesn't know how to empower their like to go out and show their power. And I think, like, if we think about boss ladies, we have to think about boss, just being a boss, be your boss. And that's, for me, the most important thing, like alpha mentality, to know your value, to know that you are the boss, to know that you have to love the process, love the pain, love everything about you, not only the good side, not only the best vision of yourself, because the best vision of yourself is not the person who is happy. It's not the person who will reach every goal. The best vision of yourself is that person who will get a punch in the face, who will just wake up the next day and say, let's go, I will do it again and again and again and again. And that's the alpha mentality. To know that life is hard, but you decide how hard life will hit you. And also, for me, it's very important to know that alpha mentality it's such a crazy thing if you know how to empower that feeling inside yourself. Example, in this business, you decide where you want to go. It's not like, okay, you are female, you're a man, you're black, you're white, you're young, you're old. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is you. And if you understand that you are the most important thing in this business, nobody can stop you. Nobody. There is no family, no friend, no self-issues, nobody. It's only you. And for example, for me, the last 3 years, I was always thinking about, okay, how can I reach my goals? Every time I was always thinking about, hey, how could I reach my goals? And I always think about, I think it's very important to do personal development. It's very important to know your worth. It's very important to know that you're perfect and everything. But I think when you have the results, there's no time and no space to talk yourself down or to talk bad about yourself, because results are facts. If you are a chairwoman, you are a chairwoman. It's not like you are a chairwoman and you don't know how you hit that rank. It's like you are the best version. That's why you are a chairwoman. That's why if you want to be the best version of yourself, start putting the work in. If you have self-issues, do results. Results will show you that you are perfect. Results will show you that you are powerful. I was always thinking about, okay, I have to do something special to know my worth. I have to do something special to see that I'm perfect. But it's nothing. Just do the results. Because I'm like, if I have results, why should I talk myself bad? Why? The results talk themselves. Like, I see the results. I did that. Why should I talk myself bad when the results are there? And that's the problem. Most of the people, they want results. They want to be the best version of themselves, but they don't put the work in. It's nice to talk about being like talking to yourself nice, or being the best version of yourself in while you do meditation or such things, but you have to put the work in. Results will speak for you. Results will speak for you, girls. Nothing else. Results. If you want to be a person who's powerful and people should listen to you, do the results. You can have such a lot of things about mindset. You can talk such a lot of things about mindset. You could be the person where everybody says, hey, when I think about personal development, I think about Nicole. I think about Maddie. I think about Audrey. But when there are no results, nobody will listen to you. Even though you will also not listen to yourself, girls. That's why if you want to change something, change inside yourself something, that's true, but change the results. You cannot do the things you did, like being the person you were yesterday and have another results today. It's not possible. You have to be every day the best version of yourself. You have to take every day the decision to be an alpha. You have to take every day the decision to lead yourself. And also, you have to know that problems are there when you have time to think about your problems and love the process of pain and gain everything you want. That's all of me. I hope that I could help you. I hope you understand my broke English, but I'm so happy and grateful that I have this opportunity to speak on this call. And let's go. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mary, for your part. I really love that alpha woman with the alpha attitude. Thank you so much for your time. You really have a big, big heart. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get going with another beautiful girl who actually is right now in Russia, I think, when I understand it, when I understand it correctly. And I mean, she is also a role model. She's also a hard-working woman, actually, who, wait, I just need to, okay, perfect. So, who is always there for her team. I mean, when she started this business, her life just flipped 180 degrees because she was always the one partying and everything. And now she's really a leader, leading by example. She has a very strong work ethic, and her team, she always put her team in the first place, no matter what it is, right? And she's never too big for the little things, and she really has the right values and is very, very loyal. So thank you so much for your time, Vanessa. I'm just gonna make you co-host, pin you here, and there we go. And thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. Stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so I'm trying my best in English. I didn't knew I had to speak in English, but I think there will be no problem doing it. But I hope everything is okay because I just bought internet here to make this call. So I hope everything's working. Please don't mind my looks. I'm already up like 24 hours or more. So yeah, it's like it's like not that easy to get into Russia, but yeah, I'm doing my best anyway. So I wanted to talk about a few things, just so you have the right, I have to find the word in English, but you have the right, please correct me, Erwartungshaltung, please type it in chat if you know, in this business, so you know what to do, what to think of, and how to start correctly to build this business 100% sure and very mature and very with a lot of confidence. So first thing, what can you expect when you start this business? Please don't expect big results in the first few months, because in the first few months, most of us were like normal people like myself, I was partying a lot. I was working a lot. I had like 2 jobs next to school, and I didn't have all the time to do this business correctly or to work. I hope you hear me, because right now they're announcing something. But in this business, you have the first few months, you have to build yourself first. In the first few months, you're gonna find yourself in a new version. You're gonna create a new version because you didn't know how to go all in. Most of us never been all in. Most of us never did anything like go into professional sports or something where they have maybe learned how to go all in. So the first thing you're gonna do, the first thing you're gonna learn is how to get all in this business, because most of us expect like quick results, but didn't even know what is the price to pay, what do you have to do, what do you have to expect, and what kind of person do you have to become to get on this level. And it's very, very hard to go from 0 to hero in a few months, because you have to find yourself, you have to rebuild the version of yourself, you have to see another version of yourself, and to create it in a few months. For most of us, it's like very, very hard. It's not that realistic, because most of us had an easy life, if I want to say that, because the only problem I had to carry in my childhood was like about money, but I didn't have other problems. I just had like money problems, but I never had to get into this real life thing like very, very young. So I was like, with 18 years old, I was still a child, and I wanted to expect myself acting like a child, building a business like a grown-up woman. And it won't happen like that easily, like in a few months. So what kind of expectations do you need to have in this business? Give yourself some time to grow yourself, and then grow the results. Because most of us just like looking at the result and forgetting the woman that you have to become to get in those results. And what do you have to do when you're at this point where you're already like making money with IM? I started when I was P6. I could quit my job. So I had like school and then IM, and had a little bit more time. And when you're at this point where you're like earning already money with IM, and you can just like get a little more time for yourself, you have to put more time and effort in this business. It's not normal to put like 3 hours in this business expecting a 6-figure, 7-figure results. It won't happen that way, because you're going to school 8 hours a day. You're going to school 13 years of your life. I did it. And then I had like my school diploma in Germany, and I still wasn't in the middle of a process, because then in Germany you have to do like to go to university or something else. But I gave myself 13 years to get this diploma. I didn't need it right now, but I did think this will be good. This will be my way sometime. But then I met this business. But then after I got like a little bit money from IM when I worked, I finally understand that I have to put more than 3-4 hours a day. Sometimes it's going to be 8-9 hours a day. It's normal, because sometimes you have this quick momentum in your day that you have to use. When you have like a full calendar, you can't even go to the toilet, or you can't even eat. It's like the best days of life, because you know at this time you really go all in. At these times of the week, these days in the week, it's like the only days where you really know and feel how to get all in. So you know what to do in the next few months, weeks, etc. When these days are getting more often, because it's a lifestyle. It's to get a lifestyle. You have to make it a lifestyle, working this hard. Because I know Ilya Zubik always says like, work right now like nobody wants to, so you can live like nobody can. In German, it sounds a little bit different, but I'm trying my best. So be ready to put the work in, because if you want to go into quick results after building yourself, you have to build up your calendar. Your calendar has to be full 24/7, as much as you can. If you have 3 minutes, if you have a few minutes left, or if you have an hour left in your calendar and it's free, then call your upline, call someone who's already on a higher level, so you can always get yourself into a higher position as much as possible. Just try to put every hour you can into the business, because it's gonna give you one less day that you have to wait to get the result that you want. Every hour you put in this business is one day less to get your result, what you're waiting for, what you're working for. So be ready to work and have the right standards in your business. I don't know how many time I've left, but it's gonna be my last point. So what is your standard in this business? Do you like work 28 hours a day, then go to school or make something else and then just like put 3 hours in and expect high standards? Or what are your standards? Are you the person who always says no to the distraction, always says yes to the business, or are you the person who does it the other way around? What is your standard? Have to have the right standard in your business. When you say no to something, you say yes to something else. So make sure you say yes to the business and no to distraction, because most of us are very, very young and we expect something that we never learned before. But try to build up in the next few months, try to build up your standards, try to build up your personality so you can start the next year really and make it really your year. Because most of us just try to jump into the next year, making it like a big deal and then never working on ourselves and expect a new year and a new me. But work right now, because we have a 90 days business. So if you work right now, what the person you're becoming in 2024, I guess, yes, in 2024 is the person that's going to rebuild, that's going to build your future, that's going to build your business, and that's going to build the life that you deserve. So what is your standard? Act right. Try to find someone who has the results and try to get like the things done they do. And if you want to get quicker results, you have to do a little bit more than them, because they did something that most of us didn't. So they got into the point where most of us aren't. I think it's the right English. So after this call, make sure you have standards. Make sure you work on your daily to-dos. Make sure you are ready to work some days 8-10 hours for others, so you get praised in public, because what you do in private is what you get praised for in public. So be ready to work some hours for the business if you want to live the business, because you can work 3-4 hours a day and expect a 6-7 figure outcome out of it. It's not going to work. So be ready that sometimes of the week, but sometimes you have so much time for the business and no time for yourself, that you sometimes even feel like losing yourself, but you know that's the right thing to do, because you will have enough time in the future if you're working right now, that you can build the life you want, travel as much as you want, do the things you want, so you will get the results. Because everyone can have it, everyone can do it. You just have to have the right standards. So work after this call, work your standards, make a list. What are your daily to-dos? What is everything? Go check your upline up, ask your upline what are her daily to-dos. Do it every day. And even with Sundays, you're not gonna do the whole checklist, just work every day like nothing happens. And that's everything I can say. I hope it wasn't like too long enough. I hope I did everything. I hope you understand my English. I'm very sorry for like all this around me, but yes, I hope you can help. I hope I could help you. So I don't know who I'm giving the host back, but thank you very much, guys. Have a wonderful evening. See ya.
Yes, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. So guys, I'm so happy to be here tonight, because I was in a meeting until now. So we are hustling every day. I had a P150 meeting time and we are crying overall. So I was just, until now, since 11 a.m. I'm in the meeting with my organization. We are in this beautiful location with a lot of beautiful cars. But guys, how was the value today? Drop a 7 in the chat if the value was crazy, if you have like a lot of new learnings in this call. It's like a super nice opportunity to level up your business, guys. So I hope you have already I Am Woman tickets. It's crazy what's gonna happen there. People always gonna talk about this event. If I talk with girls on conventions, on events, they always know my name or the names of Audrey or Jasmine. The reason why it's a woman event. Do you want to hear a story? We was on the Break the Code event in Miami, and a girl is coming to me and says, "Oh, you're Madeline. I know you because of the woman event." People don't know us because of the rank. They don't know us because of the money we make. They know us because we impact millions of people, women, thousands of women.
So if you want to be there the next time, if you want to have take the vision, today is day 1 of 90 days until end of the year. And guys, I'm really excited to see new chair ladies. I'm really excited to see new women to make money, to grow, and to impact other lives. I think we are as women must to impact more people. We have like so much value. We have so much power inside. No other boy can compare with us. No other. So I'm just happy. Drop in the chat your biggest learning. Drop in the chat what you learned today, and we can talk about, because I didn't receive any mindset part of the girl, so I'm watch a very long recording tonight. But guys, it's crazy what's happening at the moment. We have such much ranks. Today dropped a new champion 25 in Japan. That's crazy, guys. A new woman who hit the champion 25. So I'm just wanna, okay, money mindset. I think the part was from Audrey. Audrey is my personal finance advisor for everything in my life. And I think Yasmin also said the same, because Audrey, it's crazy. I learned to be an alpha lady. That's crazy. Alpha lady, what you need to achieve your goal is patience. Of course, guys, alpha lady is like the most beautiful the most beautiful skill set is to be powerful. But if I talk about powerful women, I talk about Natalie. So I must take my points I take my points out. So I just want to introduce you the brand new speaker on this call tonight, and it's Natalie. Natalie is one of the most craziest girls in this industry, in this company. Why? She's working when everyone is sleeping. She's grinding when everyone is eating. My team is eating right now. I can show you guys there. They are sitting there. And Daniel Ramos and we are in calls. Natalie is in calls. Everyone is eating, chilling, going outside. She is working. That's the inspiration for you. She makes more money but works more than you. That doesn't work for you guys. Yeah, she had a lot of ranks in her organization. So if you're good in your organization and you are good at work, it's great. But you duplicate herself in your organization, and that's the most powerful thing that you can do, guys. And the next one, she is not only a businesswoman, a power woman, she's also a mother in this business, and that's so powerful. That to have such a big impact in the life of a little kid, and then have such a big impact on the industry of network marketing. So Natalie, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. I can't wait for your part. See you there. Let's go.
All right. Okay. Perfect. Hey, ladies, and thanks so much for inviting me to this really great call today. And my English is not the best, but I will do my best to give you the most value. I try. So let's start and don't waste time, because I have a very quick message for you today. And I would like to talk about leadership today, because I strongly believe that our society needs leaders so badly. So, and today I'd like to talk about a concept in leaderships known as the 5 levels of leadership. This model, developed by leadership expert John C. Maxwell, I hope you know them, provides a framework to understand the progression of leadership skills and influence. So by the end of this part, you have a clearer understanding of each level and know how you can apply them to become a more effective leader. So, and the level one of the 5 levels of leadership is position. The first level of leadership is based on your position within your organization. At this level, people follow you because they have to and not because they want to. So your authority comes from your title or position, but it doesn't earn
your respect or loyalty. To advance beyond this level, you need to move from positional authority to relationship influence. Okay, this is level 1. Level 2 is permission. So leadership at the permission level is built on relationships. So people follow you because they like you, so they trust you, they want to be around you. And it's about building trust with those you lead. So at this stage, you are not just a boss, you are a mentor, you are a coach, and for allem, you are a friend. So building strong interpersonal relationships to advancing to the next level. So level 3 is permission. So level 3 is production. So moving up to the 3rd level of leadership, you start to demonstrate tangible results and track record of success. People follow you because of what you have practiced, yeah, and because they believe you can lead them to achieve success. It's about delivering consistent performance and produce results, not just for yourself, but for the entire team, because for your organization. So, okay, sorry. Level 4 of leadership is people development. Yeah, people development. Leaders who reach the 4th level of leadership focus on developing others. They recognize the potential in their team members and invest time and effort in helping them grow. At this stage, leadership is not just about your performance, but it's about the performance of your whole team. Leaders at this level are not only interested in their own success, but in the success of those they lead. So, and the last level of leadership is level 5. So level 5, the 5 levels of leadership. And this is the head of leadership. The head of leadership is the highest level of leadership you can achieve. So it's characterized by the combination of authority, of love, of trust, of respect, and impact. So at this level, people follow you not because they have to, but because they want to, because you have influenced their lives. So head leaders have a big impact of this team. So have a big impact of this team. So, and they lead with love. So this is so important. And I think our goals from everybody here of this call is to become a level 5 leader for the teams, for our families, for our friends, for everybody around us. And it's important to know that it's a journey to become a level 5 leader, and not everyone reach the head of leadership in this industry or in this team or in this organization and so on. And here are a few key takeaways to help you on your leadership journey. So, and the first point is self-awareness. So understand your strengths and understand your weakness as a leader. Consistent self-improvement is essential. Okay, sorry, my mobile phone. So the second one is build relationships. It's so important to build relationships in your organization. So invest in building strong relationships with your team members. It's so important. The next one is focus on results. Focus on results, consistently deliver results and lead by example, because lead by example is not the way to lead, it's the only way to lead. So lead by example is the only way to lead. The next one is develop others, take an active role in mentoring and developing the potential of those around you. And the last one is leave a legacy. So leave a positive impact on people's life and in your organization, in communities and whatever. So in conclusion, the 5 level of leadership is a valuable framework for understanding the progression of leadership influence. Whether you are just starting your leadership journey or looking to advance to higher levels, remember that leadership is not about titles, it's not about a rank, it's not about income or something, it's about influence. It's about positive influence, it's about relationships, and it's about impact you can have on others. So I think we have to strive to become a level 5 leader who leaves a legacy of inspiration and growth. And this was a very quickly part, but I told you my English is not the best, so in Deutsch wäre es ein bisschen länger gewesen, aber ich hoffe, ihr könnt euch ein bisschen was mitnehmen und ich gebe zurück an Maddie, an Audrey, an wen auch immer. Thank you for listening and yes, bye bye.
Yes, thank you, girl, for your time. I really, really appreciate it. Guys, and that's the end of our I Am Woman call. But don't leave the call because I just want to promote, as always, our I Am Woman event. It's at the 9th December. Yes, this year. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's going to be the last event we're going to make. So 2024, there is a woman event. There is a woman event in Germany. There is a woman event in Switzerland. There is a woman event in Austria. We're not going to host another event because after we host a lot of events, a lot of people booked us for real to make events. But our vision, guys, was to bring women on stage. Our vision was to put women on stage and show them how powerful we are. That was the vision we had 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Because if we started in a business, Audrey was one of the first women in this company, guys, in Germany. We had the vision to put people on stage, to give people stage. But now there are a lot of chairwomen. There are a lot of chairwomen 25. There are a lot of chairwomen 10. There are a lot of powerful women out there. They have a voice. So our vision is fulfilled. And it's like the most beautiful and happiest message you ever received. Because if we have to host women events the next 10 years, it's not good enough. Because we have just the vision to put you on stage, guys. So my vision is to be as a chairwoman 25 on a stage on a convention. And your vision, it's gonna be on stage because you deserve it. So maybe if you're gonna hit chairman until this 9th December, you're gonna be on stage. If you're gonna hit chairman, trust me, you're gonna be on stage. So be there. There we have a gala night. I think I can't wait until this gala night because I'm a girl. I'm not dancing in front of guys because I don't like it. So there we have only women. We can dance. We can dress like success. You can dress like you never go outside. You can just be yourself. Don't have like insecurities because we are women. We support each other and then we are unstoppable, right? Thank you for this call. Thank you, Audrey and Yassi, for hosting this call. I'm so sorry to be not able to be on the call the whole time, but the power I got on the last part, it was incredible, guys. It was incredible. I'm so happy we're gonna announce the next day the next I Am Woman United call. So I can't wait to give you more value on new person. So stay tuned. We see you there. I wish you a very nice evening. Love you guys. I'm proud of you. Let's cheer, lady. And we see you there. Let's go. Bye-bye.